What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? If y'all watch the Sunday chart analysis, a lot of stuff's been going as projected so far. Gold did a huge shot to the upside. It's retracing now for us, but gold did a huge shot to the upside when as projected. US30 ended up dropping some as well. GJ and EJ ended up shooting up. And then GA from this resistance level ended up shooting down like 30 plus pips. So if y'all watched that video, y'all jumped into those trades, y'all could have made some bread last night. As far as right now, we're looking at a possible AUD sell. Just hit the bottom of our zone here, so we can break and hold 91 resistance. Be the second. It can hit the second target we was talking about. It already hit the first target, which was 91.85, 91.90. If you didn't watch that Sunday chart analysis, make sure to check that out. I dropped that every week on Sunday at the beginning of the week. It doesn't just go over what I see happening Sunday night going into Monday. It goes over my projections of what I see price during the entire week. So yeah, we're gonna be watching this one right now. I got a few other charts I'm looking at. I got my alerts out, but this is the one that's closest to ideal entry point right now. So we're just gonna keep this on the chart right here. Like always, guys, got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at any charts, drop in the chat. But we're just chilling and patiently waiting right now. What's going on, Shawn? I see you up in here. What's going on, Marcus? How you doing, man? What's going on, Devontae? I see you in here. Whoops, let me fix that. So GJ ended up going as projected as well. So now we're waiting for either price to retrace back down to 91.05, 191.05, I should say. Or if it can break the whole 191.85, 191.90 as support, we can look for another buy setup here. We got about 3.5 minutes until next 15 and next 5 minute pops up. Those that just joined the stream, we have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. We have not entered this yet. Make sure you hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal for your Telegram. You see on the screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. And I already went as corrected so far. I dropped that Sunday chart analysis last night around 9 o'clock, about an hour after. What time did I drop that? About that 8:07. So yeah, about an hour after I dropped that video, you can see 9 o'clock. Price retrace, continue to respect that as resistance, and it dropped down. So now I'm about to hold this support low as resistance, which we was looking for on Friday. But as you can see, literally all Friday, this was London session last Friday. This was New York session Friday. This was 12 o'clock on Friday. So you can see literally all day Friday price rejected this level, and then at 12 o'clock retraced back up. Then last night pushed back down, still holding this as resistance. So now I'm about to see if that possible lower low can get made, because retracements were really happening on Thursday and Friday. But as we can see on the bigger time frames, we are nice and bearish. So we can break this level here. We can see a nice low low come into play, which is what we're looking for right here. We're going to see if this next 15 can hold and if price can treat this as a resistance. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. We're looking at any charts. Drop in the chat. What's going on, JD? I see you up in here. Make sure to go to the community tab and check out my most recent post I put on there. Like the announcement said, I'm going to start talking about other investment subjects. Not going to stop anything that we're doing as far as day trading. Still going to drop the Sunday chart. I like what we see happening right here. Still going to drop the Sunday chart analysis. Still going to live stream every day London session. Still going to have the members live during New York during the news event. Still going to be calling signals. I'm just I just want to make this like simply just a Forex page anymore, because like I always talk about, what we teach over here is how to read the charts, not necessarily how to trade. We also go over how to trade, but what we teach as far as fundamentals works on literally everything with the chart. And I've been doing stuff behind the scenes, so I want to talk about some other stuff besides, Forex, especially with all the stuff going on in the US. Yes, some platforms now letting US traders trade again, but it's still important to, like I always say, not have all your eggs in one basket. And there's multiple ways to invest and use this knowledge on how to read the charts, which we're going to be talking about starting this month. So be on the lookout for that stuff, Yeah, I like how this looks right here. So we're going to close and hold this as resistance. I'm not against the sell setup right here. Let's see what these other charts are up to. Looks like GJ's about to try to break that next level as well. I'm going to set an alert for gold, because we don't have to retrace for me to want to mess with it, really. All right, 15 just popped up. Let's see if we hold this as resistance. So I'm looking to see a retracement back up like this to see if we can hold as resistance. That's what I'd like to see. But if it keeps on pushing down, I'm not against going for a sell either. But I'd like to see that. But even though on Friday it did struggle to break this level, since it did hold this as resistance, a breakthrough, it does give us a higher likelihood of it continuing to push down. But we're still going to wait and see. So we see price retesting right now. So we want to see if we can hold this level as resistance if it can. I've been looking for a sell setup right there. JPY pairs are still pushing up, so we see some possible buys on the JPY pairs as well. US30s are tracing, so we're going to watch and see how US30 reacts there as well. But I'm mainly going to be watching GA. I'm going to look at those other charts on my other screens. going on, J. Roy? How you doing, man? And then JD, just what you saw me do with with EJ, that's what we were talking about. Behind the scenes with sessions with the TPs and all that. So rewind that if you don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about from our sessions. That's exactly what was talking about. You do when you're trying to figure things out. Awesome, brother. Yeah. We got a lot of things. I got a lot of things on the way. Some things I can't talk about as of right now, but yeah, like I said, this month, this quarter, look out for a lot of more varieties of content. And if I have to, I'll make a separate channel. Right now, I'm not because we got a decent size, but it's not like we have like a huge community. So I don't think it's going to confuse or throw too many people off. And again, it's all relevant. Like I said, I want to change this slowly over into like a strictly investment page, not just forex or day trading investing. So yeah, just want to look out for that. All right, so let's hold this as a resistance, which I like to see right here. We got about a minute and a half to a new 5 minute pops up. Yeah, I like this right here. I'm running the trade I did up right now. Those running strong haven't into this yet. That might change it a little bit though. Rewind a little bit, about 5-6 minutes. I went over this, but also go ahead and hit that first link in the description on the free signal for Telegram. I went over this as well. Some many other charts in the Sunday chart analysis. They already hit the first target we was talking about in that video. If y'all watched it, so now we're about to see if we can, jump in on this wave before it starts. It already started it before it continues. Again, we don't really have any news today, so we're not. That's why I got the news tab up. There's nothing really to go over today as far as news. We do got news popping off later on this week though, but nothing today. So it's just gonna be a regular standard Monday where we're just waiting for volume, and that's pretty much it. Just waiting for our confirmations. But I like this setup right here. Let's see if we can push down because we caught this move on Thursday. And this is the farthest it went. Failed to break and hold this low as resistance. And then you see it did a retracement once the 4 hour level. Then it retrace all the way back, and then they go on the bigger time frames. We're still nice and bearish. And we can see a possible lower low get made as we speak today. So that's what we're going to be looking into riding into. Because we're going to go with the lower price. Let's get IOBs too. I got an alert. Somebody's waiting to see what those are up to. Yeah, GB New Zealand. Like I said, we could see your sales here, but I'm much rather wait for that. for that next low to get broken. Yes, we're just gonna keep on GA right here. And yeah, another reason why I haven't entered yet because it hasn't really done anything. I can see if it was like showing it's about to try to move. It's chilling in place. Which also why I've been keeping an eye on it because I know it can closely. I mean, it can quickly, you know, blink or look away for like 30 seconds. It can easily move without, which is why I keep flipping back to it. I might try to make this move, which is what I'm watching. Again, what we're looking for is a sell in GA. If it can hold 91.85, 91.80 as resistance, we can see sales going down to 91.45. If it can break that level, if it has resistance, we can see continued sales going to 91.10. That's what we're looking at right here. Yeah, I like this right here. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We're looking at these charts. Drop them in the chat. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. We'll go over that in a little bit. Actually, we can go over that right now. Yeah, I still like how NASDAQ SPX look. I'm just going to leave them be for right now. And why I say I don't really like how they look is because, again, the way I like to trade, I like to basically narrow down the charts I look at. I always recommend you look at least 4 charts because if you just look at one chart, it's bound to be a day or sometimes a week where, you know, it's not going to be a good setup or it's going to be low volume or whatever the case may be. But if you're looking at 4 charts, there's out of the 4, there's bound to be one that has a, you know, that's in a nice looking trend, whether that's uptrend, downtrend. There's bound to be one that's in a decent, you know, looking setup. And then even if you miss a trade or entry, which happens, you know, I miss entries all the time. You know, that's what it is. I miss entries all the time. But we're still able to catch a trade because, again, you know, there's a bunch of charts moving at the same time. They might be going different directions, but we've been on live streams plenty of times where literally at the same time, like maybe 3 charts we're looking at are doing moves we're looking for, but we just took 1 or 2 of the different positions that all through. You get what I'm saying? And as far as NAS, we are still technically bullish, but again, we don't see any higher high, we don't see any lower low, and we're kind of right back in this consolidation. So I'd much rather wait for it to try to break the highs for the uptrend to continue, or for it to break this level of traffic down here, keep this from support to resistance, and then look for sales. Because when it's like stuck in this box, that's where we see all these wicks. That's kind of like what happened with, like we talked about this last week, or whatever the case, with GM. We was bullish. Well, this is a better example. You see how we caught this buy here, but prior to that, for 2 weeks straight, price was bullish or stuck in this level. So yes, we could have went for buys here, but literally price didn't move at all. It was struggling to break above or below this level. But once the volume kicked in, not only did it continue to go with the flow of price, which was the uptrend, but it broke through this level easily that the first time it struggled to break and then also struggled to hold. Right? And we also happened like 2 weeks ago again with GM, where literally Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday price was struggling to break this level as resistance, but then Thursday it just magically broke that level, made a higher high, and it continued to uptrend. But then after that, that's when we saw price retrace for an entire week, which is why we didn't go in for any positions. Because again, if we're in an uptrend, I'm not going to go for sales. Why am I not going to go for sales? Because since me and you do not control the market, if I'm going to go for a trade, knowing I don't control the markets, I want to have everything going in my favor if possible, right? So if we're in an uptrend, that means price is going up 60, 70, 80, 90% of the time. We can also see that the green candlesticks are way bigger than the red candlesticks, and the moves up are way bigger than the moves down. So if I'm going for a buy and I'm catching the higher highs, then on top of that, I'm entering out these key price levels, entering out support levels for buys, I literally have the highest probability of likelihood of price going my way versus I go for a trend. You get what I'm saying? So that's why you always see me on these charts, even if it rejects or doesn't meet my confirmations. I don't change my mind. But okay, now it's time to go for a sell since since buyers in the workout or whatever the case may be. My music just paused? No, it's just quiet. Yeah, but if we're gonna break and hold 960, 955 as resistance, I'll start looking for sales. Because right now it's in this box. So I'm waiting for it to either break above, hold this as support, which is failing to do, or break below this and hold as resistance. So that's what I'm waiting for right here. JPY pairs look like they're trying to push up. We got a new 15 about to pop up in about 2 minutes. J is retesting this level. Let's see what that next 15 looks like. And then GJ looks like it might try to break that next level. Not taking this one, just riding the trade idea up, but I need gold to retrace a little bit. What it did the move I was looking for last night. Well, let me say not let me say looking for its own trade Sundays nights, but it did the move I was looking for a 10 night going to London session last night. So now we're waiting to see if it can retrace and continue to hold 2130 as support, 2130, 2132. If we're gonna retrace and hold this level as support, we can look for buys going back up to 2355. That's what we're gonna be looking for right here. So we're still nice and bullish. Had a small retracement last week. Still making higher highs. And again, we're not going to look for sales until we stop seeing higher highs and we start seeing support levels get turned to resistance levels. Let's see what this next 15 looks like. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. Or any charts? Drop them in the chat. We're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. See what these other charts are looking like. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok too. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram is playmaker_way. TikTok is _playmakerway_. So it's holding it as a resistance. So now we just gotta watch and let price do its thing. All right. So we got about from where it's at, about 30, 40 pips is going to have to break through. We're just gonna watch and let it do its thing. That's what you do when it comes to trading and investing. You do your analysis. And again, the analysis is based on past events and probability. But after you enter a trade, you know, so you just gotta let the price do what it's going to do, right? That's why you always see me, you know, not stressing, tripping before, during, and after the process. That's why if we win a trade, lose a trade, I usually say the same. Now, don't get me wrong, we're making money. You know, I like that and stuff, but I usually stay the same way. And the reason why is because, again, I've, you know, done a lot of all my mistakes already. I've been there, done that. So, you know, I fully accept and understand that I can't control the markets. So that's why I do everything I can do in my power, which is focus on what I have control over, which is my risk, where I enter, where I exit at. So literally, if you go for 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, don't overtrade. You stick to your rules and your trading plan, whatever your rules, whatever your trading plan is. If you consistently do the same thing every day, you stick to the rules, you secure profits. I know it might sound crazy, but it's literally impossible to lose and blow an account, right? And I talk about this a lot in my other videos. What's my most recent video? I talked about this. What you call it? Let me try to find it really quick. Let's see what GJ said in that. Let me try to for this. Let me find that video. These other charts back up. Give me 1 second. I thought I just been in the video. I've been posting so much, I'll be getting lost in the sauce. Let me search for it. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. Looking at your charts, drop in the chat. Yeah, so make sure to check that video out. Playlist start up to date too, y'all. The US30 still just ranging right here. Gold still pushing on also. I don't like how I sound. Let me fix this mic. Get closer to it. This is a crazy push up. Yeah, so DJ has been chilling at this resistance level since like 10:45, 10:30. It's just been chilling here. So at this point, we're waiting for one of two things. Price can only go up or go down. We're still looking for buys, but I got my alert up here. I got my alert down here. So we're waiting for price to either break this resistance level, treat as support, where it can look for continued buys, or if price rejects, we're just going to watch to see if it can hold this level, right? Because it's either going to reject this level, come back down here, or we can examine to see what it's doing and how it's reacting, or it's going to break this level, hold that support, and we can look for another buy, or it's going to reject this level, float around here for a little bit, and then eventually maybe pop back up here. So we're just watching and waiting to see which one of those three things this is going to do for us. And we could see it down started here. It's going to be interesting today and tomorrow looks like before all the news pops off. All right. So, I got to double. Okay. So if you hit the first link in the description, what I was saying was it was a slower week for us. We 1-1 last week, but even though we went 1-1, we still was blue that week. The reason why we was blue last week still was because we caught way more pips than we lost. But then also the risk reward cancels out the loss, so we could break that down in a second. So we took a GPAUD sell. All TPs got hit. We caught 126 pips, and that was on whatever day the 4th was. I don't even know. And then we took a trade on, I think, Monday, and we took a loss. It was either Monday or Tuesday we took a trade. I think either Wednesday or Thursday we took a trade. But didn't take anything Friday, or I can't remember the days, but we only took 2 trades last week. This is how we did last quarter, but we'll go over that in a little bit. So again, what was the trade we took on here? So we can break this down. We took a GBPJPY trade. We can pull that up right here. What day was that? That was April 2nd. So is this sell right here? We took a sell here at the price. We was going for buys, but at the price it started to reverse. It started holding this level as resistance. So at the price it just dropped down and was continuously holding this level as resistance for like literally like half a day. Going for a sell, but then price just couldn't hold or have enough volume to break this level. So it literally chilled here for literally the entire day, and then eventually retraced back up, and that's where our stop loss got hit. And after that, that's when we saw the bullish momentum come back into play. So that was the loss we took last week. And then we took this huge win on GPAUD last week as well. This was a nice 1, 2, 6 risk reward. So that means whatever you risk, you make 6 times that amount. So this is what I meant by the win, tips-wise and risk reward-wise, canceled out that loss. And let me pull up the calculator so we can show the math part of that. One second. Let me know if y'all can hear me good because my signal's acting up right now. But let me know if it's good on y'all's end. All right. So for this example, let's just say we're risking $500 per. Well, let's do this actually. Let's say we have a $5,000 account, for example. Let's say we're risking, just to keep it simple, $100 per trade, right? So let's say we took that GJ trade. We're risking $100 per trade. We took that loss on that GJ trade, right? So then we come back to this trade. We're risking $100 still, because I always say you want to risk the same amount every single trade. You want to go for 1 to 2, 1 to 3 risk for setup, and you want to risk the same amount every single trade. Now, depending on how much you risk, is up to you, but I always recommend risking 1 to 5%. So then on this trade, we made 6 times our risk. So the same thing. So if we had a $5,000 account, we risked $100. Hypothetically, we're down $100. We're at $4,900. So we're at $4,900. We risk $100 again, but then we made 6 times the risk on that one. So we're up $600. We had that 600 to that 4,900. And even though we're 1-1, we still canceled out that loss, and we're still up for the week. So that's how that works. So that's why I always talk about you want to risk the same amount, and that's why sometimes. When people ask certain questions, I'm always like, there's not a magic lot size. And it literally depends on, like, someone last week was like, you see the lot sizes on the trades. And I showed them it, but as we went through all the screenshots of the trades I positioned and entered myself, I entered on, which I can show you right here, is different lot sizes. And it's because the trade, the account size, the stop loss, the risk reward, these are all important variables. Why is it popping up on that screen? That's weird. Keeps popping up on my other screen. I don't know why it's doing that. Hold on. Let's try this again. It keeps popping up on my second screen. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyways, so you can see what I'm talking about right here. So let's try it again. All right. Okay, now it's popping up. So this signal right here, this was SPX. This was a 3 standard lot size. Then we had this screenshot right here. This was a 0.01. That was obviously a small account. This was a 4 lot size. This one was a 4 lot size. We go right here. This was a 1.8. This was a 0.4. So again, it varies on your account size and then also how much you're risking, right? Because a perfect example is, let's say we took 3 trades and all 3 trades risk the same amount lot size wise. So let's say we put a standard lot on all 3 trades. And let's say the first trade was a 25 pip stop loss. The second trade was a 50 pip stop loss, and then the third trade was 100 pip stop loss. And let's say all three trades, worst case scenario happens, they all hit stop loss. We're going to lose drastically different amounts on each one, right? The 50 pip stop loss, we're going to lose more than we did on 25, and then on the 100 pip stop loss, we're going to lose way more on both the 50 and 25 stop loss. You get what I'm saying? Also doing this thing, I'm watching GJ see if we can break this level. We got a new 15 about to start in about 2.5 minutes. GA is still just chilling right here. So we're just going to watch to see what this next 15 going to his new hour is going to do. You guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we do any charts, drop them in the chat. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. So while we're chilling, well, I don't know why we have to wait till I make a video. We're going to look at some crypto stuff right now. Bitcoin's still pushing up. Just go ahead and take a look at that right there. So obviously we're day trading. You see me on the daily time frame a lot, but like with stocks and crypto, since back in the day I used to do both long-term investments and day trade, but I don't day trade crypto anymore. So since I'm doing longer-term investments, I'm going to be looking on a grander scheme of things, which is going to be the longer time frame, which is the monthly, right? Like you hear me talk about all the time, which is why I always say, like when we day trade, we want to determine what the direction price is going on the daily, because again, when you pull up, whatever app or website that you go on for your stocks or crypto, they're rarely, if ever, I want to say never, but I can't 100% fact check that, but I know I've never seen it. They're never, and at least in my case, going to pull up the 1 minute chart or a 5 minute chart. It's always at least a 4-hour minimum, if not the daily, the weekly, the monthly, and it's for that exact reason, because since you're holding things for a longer position, but also because that's how price moves in a longer position, right? The ultimate move isn't going to happen in 24 hours, right? It's going to happen usually in a quarterly, if not a yearly to 5-year basis, right? That's how it goes. So with Bitcoin, I took a few positions, but the most recent one was around after it broke past this resistance level here at 61.96, 195, right? Because you watch my video on how to identify the trend. Price, I've seen a lot of videos about Bitcoin halving, and I believe a lot of people are saying that because, when price hits a resistance level, breaks a new high, it could retrace, and also has been shooting up. But if it can hold 64,000, especially 6430 as a support, newfound support, especially after it just broke those higher highs to the left, we could see the uptrend continue. And as far as, this month's just started, but it's started down retracing, is already pushing back up. And from me entering right here on my Bitcoin position, I'm already up on this. But like I said, I also had taken some positions down here. I didn't enter down here, but after price broke this level here, I took some positions last year as well. But my most recent one was after price broke right here to the left. And it's already pushing up. Like literally on one of my accounts. I'm gonna make a video on this later on this week, so be on the lookout for it. But I made a new account on a small account challenge strictly with Bitcoin, and I made one with like a diversifying with a bunch of smaller coins and crypto. So I'm gonna make a video this week about it. But like on Bitcoin, as of right now, I'm up like literally like 9-10%. And then on my other one that's diversified, I'm up about 10% on it right now as well. So I'm gonna drop a video on that as well, break that down, all that good stuff. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens this quarter for sure. Going to be interesting to see what happens this quarter. So new 15 just popped up. Let's see what we got going on. GA is just taking a nap, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what that does there. Everything else taking a nap too, really. Which one you having? Yes, sir. Of course. Yes, yeah. It's gonna be interesting what happens there. And I talk about it all the time, but since we have the charts on it, so this is what I mean right here, right? So I like I always say, like there is fake outs and stuff that does happen, but once you understand it's happening, you gotta know. Then you just gotta figure out when it's happening, why it's happening, right? So this is the thing I talk about all the time with crypto. And this is why I don't really watch the news too much because they try to trick people and do y'all dirty, right? Just like how they try to convince us that during New York session, during the New York news, everybody at work's just everybody in real life invest, which we know is not true. Very small amount of people, at least in the U.S., invest, and the news happens in the middle of the workday. And I'm pretty sure people in the U.S. Correct me if I'm wrong. I doubt in the middle of y'all's workday, y'all's manager be like, "Hold on, the news is starting. Let's see what the Fed is saying today." Like, I don't think that happens, right? But those that's in America, American football, if y'all recall, I said this before, so members, you might have heard me say this, but we have the chart so we can actually pull it out. I was just talking last time. So if y'all recall, in 2020, that's when Bitcoin and all the crypto had that huge pump. That pump, I jumped in that at around like 20,000. I had ridden that up all the way to like when it hit that 50K, 60K mark, right? So then going into the next year, because Super Bowl is usually like in the beginning of the year, like February, January ish. And if y'all remember those that's in America, I don't know if they air American football in other countries, but that was the year where they had like 5 or 6 different crypto commercials. And they had those commercials when Bitcoin was at its peak, right? Well, not at its still high, right? It was like around here. Or was it? No, it was 21. No, it was 21 going into 22. Okay. So after they were telling everybody to buy Bitcoin, all that stuff, that's when Bitcoin dumped. And then that's when everybody was like, oh, Bitcoin is scam. Everybody was saying buy, blah, blah, blah. And then it dropped. And after it dropped, guess what? Literally all this year, it's just been flying up and then took the highs out to the left, right? So very interesting to see what happens this year with it. And there's other cryptocurrencies that are pushing up as well that have been just growing. There's some smaller ones, and there's a lot of stuff going to be happening. I mean, stuff's already been happening since what you call it, like 22, 20, in the next 5 years. Like there's a lot of stuff that's going to be. Oh, I took the wrong thing. Looks like GA might be trying to do something. I had an alert on something else too. So SPX just sent me an alert. So let's see what SPX is up to. But yeah, I've been on this weekend. I've been organizing and scheduling. I'm gonna be doing a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff I got in the works, and we're just gonna tweak it as we go. But I definitely want to start talking about other stuff. I wanted this to be like an investment page. We want to talk about all types of stuff. Go make our money all types of different ways. But like I said, investing wise, I wasn't day trading at first. When I first got my feet wet in investing, I was doing crypto and then stocks. Like I wasn't doing options or day trading stocks. It was all longer term stuff. And then when I got into day trading, I was day trading literally only crypto, gold, and indices. I wasn't even doing forex, and it wasn't until I can't remember. I'm terrible with time. Whenever I don't know, like a year, 2 years ago, I can't even remember. It's been a time. But forex was like the most recent thing I got into. But and that's when I realized after doing all stuff that it's literally all the same for the most part, as far as like how price moves in the charts, the rules they follow, this, that, and the third. So GA holding says resistance, and now we're about to see if we can catch some pips and have our first TP get hit. So let's see if we can do that for us. Supposed to be an eclipse happening today too, y'all. I don't know if anybody knows about that. Supposed to be an eclipse happening today. I don't know what time. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to like the live, y'all. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I see we can catch some pips. We're already blue, but slightly blue. And you see it's kind of struggling like we was talking about. Let's see if we can break through this level. I want to see another fat candlestick like this one last week. That was very nice to watch and be in. We're about to see. It's got to break through this little mess right here first. Uh, they got a lot of stuff happening today. Actually, talking about the J Rod, like apparently, a comet supposed to be flying or appearing or however this shit works. I think a rocket's supposed to be flying or taking off today or tomorrow or something like that as well. I know some rockets last week in Cali or something like that took off also. I feel like there's one other thing happening this week. I can't remember. It might pop up later in my head. Let's see. We're about 3 pips away from TP1. Let's see if we can hit this before this next 5 minute pops up. Let's see if we can hit this, y'all. Just watching. Yeah. When was the last eclipse? I feel like it was like, I want to say like maybe 5 or 7 years ago. Was it solar or lunar? I can't remember. I just remember a lot of. I feel like we had an eclipse maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, if not earlier. We got a new 5 minute about to pop up. We got about 5 minutes till the new 15 pops up, as well as pulling in the new hour candlestick. Numbers, y'all should be slightly blue now, though, but we're about 2 pips away from TP1 getting hit. Did it hit it? Let me zoom in. I don't know if it hit it. It jumped up quick. Nah, we barely missed it. Let's see if we can touch it, if not break through it before I count it. We're close though. We're blue and green, but it ain't hit the TP yet, so I ain't gonna count it yet. I ain't gonna count it yet. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we're looking at the charts, drop in the chat. Currently in this position, we're about like a pip away from hitting TP1. Watching GJ and the other charts as well still, but as we can see, they still just, trying to figure life out. So I'm just gonna have to do their thing. G is actually down, so let me see what Ian's looking at. All right, TP1 hits. Let me let the members know. And those that watch the Sunday chart as I was in this live, And y'all jumped in with this. Y'all should be nice and blue as well. Blue/green. Let's move. You already know I'm gonna post this on my story probably after the live. I post a screenshot of me in my position. And let's see if we can keep on going for us into this next hour. Let's see shout out everybody in the live. Shout out everybody that's been in the live since the beginning. Shout out everybody that's been in the live since y'all joined. Make sure to catch up to the content on the channel. Playlists are up to date. I got a playlist with back-to-back 60 videos of just back-to-back trade breakdowns from start to finish, breaking down why I took the trade, confirmations, all that good stuff, buy, sells, all that. Different rewards, all that good stuff. Then I got another playlist going over back-to-back trading tips for how to read the charts, trading plans, trading psychology, risk reward, all that good stuff. And I got a playlist going over news, how to trade news, the rules I use to trade news, as well as some trade breakdowns on news days from trades I personally took, as well as called in the signal room, as well as broke down that day, either both during the live stream, both during the London session live, as well as the New York live, or on all three, the London session live, the New York live, as well as the Sunday chart analysis. So make sure to check that stuff out. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram or Telegram. Instagram's playmaker_way. Telegram, first link in the description. I respond to all messages. You see how we did last month and last quarter. That's how we did last month. Last month, January, February, March, we went 16-3, giving us an 84% win rate. We caught 49,783 pips. And then last quarter, if you scroll to, where did I put that at? Somewhere down here. That was how we did February. That's not what I'm looking for. If you scroll down to here, scroll to April 4th, you'll see how we did this quarter. This is how we did, last quarter. It's a new month. Told you I'm terrible with time. Give me till after today, and I'll realize we're in April now. So January went 20-0, took 0 losses. January caught 37,620 pips. February went 17-1, caught 24,403 pips. And then March we went 16-3, catching 49,783 pips, ending the quarter 53-4, giving us a 93% win rate. Caught a total of 111,806 pips. And then quarter four, if you click right here, it will take you to quarter four. Boom. That's how we did quarter four. But also at the same time, to the beginning of the year, quarter one, month one, what you see is January. I'm also pointing with my mouse and my finger, like y'all can see me pointing at my screen. I don't know why I'm doing that. But anyways, yeah, make sure to check that out. Do the recap of the day at the end of every day. Do the recap of the week at the end of every week. You can see screenshots of positions. Look at that beautiful, beautiful buy position right there. But if you go here to photos, there's over 1,000 photos or screenshots just like that, as well as screenshots of the actual signal called. And also you can see student results, testimonials. You can just, it's literally just months. I'm about to scroll to a random month. July 2 years ago. Wow, it's already been while we're letting it do that, let's see what these other charts are talking about. I heard a beep. Oh, that's SPX. GA, let's see if we can keep on pushing for us. All right, let's see what that is active. All right, now we're all the way 2 years ago. Same thing, just a different day, different month, right? Still catching these big moves to the downside, to the upside as well. Even though I just showed two to the downside, you can see some student results. Had a student make $300. Another student make $1,000. Again, this was 2 years ago. again. So nothing really changed besides maybe what I traded from 2 years ago, as well as, you know, I don't know, the day. That's about it. So make sure to check all that stuff out. Explore the channel, the Telegram, explore the YouTube, explore the social medias. Members, you already know, in a few hours, I'm going to drop that New York price watch list for y'all. If you're interested in joining the singing room, links are in the description, as well as the course of one-on-one sessions. Minutes, I go over all my services and all that in detail. But of course, you got questions about that, y'all can message me. We want to see how this trade continues to go. It is still kind of chilling at TP1. Like I said, we have to break this level here. And we can treat this all from support to resistance at 91.45. We can see the downtrend continue on GA. Nothing's really changed from the JPY pairs as well as the other charts. Just going to be waiting for volume to kick in to see if we can break this level. Because again, we can see this entire live trend has just been hugging this resistance level. You know, just waiting to see if we can break it. That's about it. Yeah, so we're going to be back at it same time tomorrow. London session 3 a.m. EST.